Hi, this is Glenn. Today I want to cover the topic of assigning regen identifiers to THP units. We will be using two programs to help us accomplish this task. RMS, which stands for Regeneration Management System, and Microsoft Excel. Before we start any programs, you should have a list of the sections in your THP. If your list is complete, we are ready to begin. RMS is an application that runs under the RIS program. So to access it, we need to open up RIS. This can be accomplished by locating the orange foxhead icon on your desktop and double-clicking. Once the program starts, we will click the Regeneration button and select the district we want to work with. I've been working with Lassen, so my drop-down box says Resume Lassen. If you don't see your district in the drop-down box, you need to select that now. Click on the drop-down arrow and pick your district. Once your district is in the district box, click the Launch button. When RMS starts, we want to focus on the little funnel icon in the upper left portion of the menu. This is the Filter button. Clicking the Filter button will open the high-level dialog box. Let's do this now. We sometimes speak of spiking the filter in RMS or IMS. What this means is we are making all the regen units or plots available in the filter. That way, when we query using the query function or the map, all units are available for us to select a subset of units or plots. Our technique today is a bit different. We know what sections are in our THP, and we want to specifically zero in on them. For this exercise, we want to push all the sections from the upper right side box to the left. We can do this by clicking the double arrow button that points left. This is the Remove All button. With all the sections on the left side, using your list, find the sections in your THP in the list of available sections. When you highlight a section in the upper left list, you can move it to the right by clicking the single arrow button that points to the right. This button is on top and is the Add button. I'm going to be selecting or working in Township 28 North 2 East with sections 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, and 16. I went a bit too far. Nope, not far enough yet. 28 North, 2 East, Section 8. Okay, here we go. I'm going to move that one over. 9, 10, and then I want 14, 15, and 16. Continue adding sections to the list on the right until all your THP sections are accounted for. Now let's focus on the lower left portion of the high-level filter dialog. This is a list of regen units that exist in your THP sections. We want to push them all over to the right. Let's do this by clicking the Add All button. It's the button with two arrows that point right. Now we can click OK and set the filter. When we click OK, the units will be moved into the filter and we will be taken back to the front panel. Notice my filter now says 41 of 2,520 units. Our next step is to send these units as a list to Excel. Move your cursor up and click on the Report button and choose Regen Data Export. This should start Excel and display the units from our filter. There's a whole bunch of data that gets sent out to Excel about these units. We're only going to be using some of it, so I usually like to get rid of what I don't need. I'm going to start by clicking or highlighting the top 3 rows. Once I have highlighted them, all I do is right-click and pick Delete. Now I'm going to move to column F and highlight all the columns to the right. If you go a little bit too far, that's okay. Just move over the highlighted area anywhere and do a right click, and again pick delete. Now we have just what we need. Let's sort, then filter our data so we can isolate all units that exist by a particular section. First, we need to highlight our range of data. You can do it as I'm doing now by clicking and dragging with the mouse. I'm holding down the left mouse button as I drag, or you can just highlight all the columns of your data. With the data highlighted, click on Data in the menu above. Then pick Sort. We want to do a descending sort. So if the descending radio button is not clicked, go ahead and check that. When you say OK, Excel will sort your data by regen unit in a descending order. Now my data is still highlighted. I want to apply an auto filter. I go back up to Data and pick Filter, then Auto Filter. What Excel does is it puts a little drop-down arrow in the upper right corner of each column. The column I'm most interested in is TRS, which stands for Township, Range, and Section. I'm interested in Section 16. I just want to see the units that are in that section. So by clicking the down arrow and picking Section 16 from the list, Excel displays only units that are in Township 28 North, 2 East, Section 16. Here I can see all the regen identifiers that have been assigned already. Once I'm done working with Section 16, to get back to all of my data, I can click the drop-down arrow again and pick All. That shows all of the data that actually are units in my THP sections. Now that I know what identifiers have been assigned already, I can go to Atlas SE or Atlas DOS and type in any available regen identifier. In Atlas SE, this identifier would be typed into the link and the label field, and in Atlas DOS, the regen identifier that I'm going to assign would be typed into the _ID field. Let's take just a minute and talk about what an allowable format for a regen identifier would be. I've typed a few out here. Like I said, the last three character positions of the regen identifier are really the part that we're assigning. All the stuff that's to the left of those three characters is kind of coming from the section township range. So here we have M28 North, 02 East, 08, 08A. Also allowed would be M28 North, 02 East, 08, 777, M28 North, 02 East, 08 ABC, M28 North, 02 East, 08 A08. Really, the order of these characters doesn't matter, whether they're letters or numbers. That doesn't matter. You're not allowed to use special characters such as commas, exclamation points, underscores, dollar signs, etc. But other than that, there are no restrictions. The main objective is to assign an ID that has not yet been taken. As long as they've not been assigned, they are available. Well, that about does it. I'm going to close this document. I don't need to save it, but I will just to get rid of it and make Word happy. Hopefully this presentation has been clear, but in case you do have questions, we in the inventory department would love to help you in any way. If you have questions, you can contact Dan Ma, Dan Ball, Clayton Code, or myself. I believe our numbers are in the company directory. That's all for now. I'll speak to you again sometime soon.